Hey, everybody. I hope your day is going well. I want to share with you three powerful moves that you can make, unusual moves, but powerful, proven moves that you can make 2018 a truly benchmark year for your career. You know, the truest thing I know in all of the years that I've spent coaching job seekers and helping them find a better path is the same actions result in the same outcome over and over and over again. You can't have 100% of the comfort of the known and think that that's going to lead you to a successful unknown. Like, it just doesn't work that way. You know, the same principles that underpin big growth in your life of all stripes work here. And so you got to bring some newness into the mix. You got to bring some new actions and tactics into play in order to start opening yourself up to something better than you have right now. So, here are three very powerful moves that you can make. All right. Number one, it's time to get serious about a promotion at your job. And what I mean by serious about the promotion does not mean, oh, I had a random conversation with my boss and now I'm gonna just the next cocktail party we have, I'm gonna bring it up again. No. This is what I want you to do. I want you to walk in there. I want you to establish a set time for a meeting, and you decide how much longer that is. Like, it could be 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. And in the run up to that meeting, I want you to do some things. Number one, I want you to focus on your past. In other words, between the time of when you scheduled the call to when the call happened, let's say it's 3 months, I want you to take meticulous notes of every accomplishment that you've done during that period. Every time that you went above and beyond. Every time that you demonstrated some amazing value. Every time that you did stuff that no one who looks at your job description would be able to put together. I want you to note it. Like, open up an MS Word document and just have this running log. Cool. Now, you have a set time for this discussion with your boss, right? A set time to discuss your future at the company and where you want to take it. So you're sending the signals there. Now at the date of, you're going to show up, and number one, you are going to broach the past. All of these notes, I want you to run it through, all right? Explain it to him, communicate, or her. Communicate every single major accomplishment that you've done, every big change that you've made happen, right? Every big accomplishment from start to finish. In the last 3 months, this is everything that I've managed to do. Cool. Now you're going to move from the past to the present. You're going to outline everything that you're dealing with right now, all of the areas that you currently have your fingers in and are making progress towards, right? All the value that you're currently in the midst of building. Finally, you're going to go from present to future. Past, present, future. Future is all of the things that you're going to be doing in the next year, right? All of the new initiatives, all of the new value adds, every big major thing that you're going to be doing, you're broaching it. Now you're going to rebroach the future here. Maybe that means a raise for you. Maybe that means an internal promotion. Whatever that means, don't execute that until you first broached your past, present, and future, because you want to lay the groundwork of exactly how valuable you are, both coming into it and going outside of it, in order to lay the groundwork. So that's tip number one. Get really, really serious about a concrete promotion plan at your company, right? And now is the time, because if you're not growing, you're being left behind. That's just the truth of it, right? So now is the time. Now is the time that you need to push. And if they're not if they're not receptive at all and they shut you down, that should give you a powerful clue that it's time to set your sights elsewhere. Other job, other opportunities. So either way, it's a win-win in terms of giving you more knowledge that you can act on. That's tip number one. Tip number two, skip the business cards. I have multiple, I'm sure you probably do as well. I have multiple folders filled with those business cards, right? And what was the old way of thinking? I'm going to collect these business cards and at some point I'm going to need something, and I'm going to open up my folder and I'm just going to go through. No, please, come on. We live in a different world, all right? And that world is LinkedIn. And what I'd like you to do is take your business cards, give them to your kids to play with, or toss them out in the trash. And I want you to download, if you haven't already, the LinkedIn app on your smartphone. And when you're out and about and you're meeting someone, in the moment, I want you to ask them, hey, is it okay if I connect with you on LinkedIn? And right there, you're just going to pull up your phone. It's one of the few non-rude uses of your cell phone in face-to-face interactions. And you're just going to fire off an invite right then and there. Boom. They're going to accept. You're going to be forced to continue some kind of a dialogue with this person, which is the best, because networking does not count if you're just collecting business cards. Like, that's just not networking. That's just random busy work. And I don't have time for that. I'm going to assume you don't have time for that either. However, once you do it through LinkedIn, you have two major advantages. Number one, this person is officially a part of your network. You can instantly and easily, let's say a day after, follow up with this person. Say, hey, I loved meeting you. I've been trying to get my foot in the door at the company that you're at for many years. Would love to, hear a little bit more about your experience. People love that, right? Easy ways to follow up. That's one part. That's one advantage. The other advantage is, by going through LinkedIn, you're forcing this person's first, or shall we say second, connection with you. Like their second sort of interaction with you has a lot of social proof, because your LinkedIn profile is connected to your network. You see people who have given you recommendations, who have endorsed your skills. They see you as part of this larger ecosystem. And that's very, very important for first impressions. I can talk a good game, but there's something different when you actually see something like my LinkedIn profile and you're like, oh, okay, so he's been vouched for many, many, many times over. So that's why I really suggest, for most of the time, skip the business cards, go LinkedIn. Number one, you're going to get the benefit of the social proof. And number two, it's going to really push the impetus on you to follow up with these people. And that's what it's all about. That's what networking is all about. It's starting dialogue. It's not collecting business cards. It's starting dialogue. So that's tip number 2 for you, is skip the business cards in lieu of LinkedIn directly on your phone, and use that as your business card. And the third thing, and arguably the most important thing, is find an accountability partner. For many people, that's their wife or their husband or a close family member or a close friend. You need to have someone who understands, without any reservations, without playing any games, this is my dream. This is where I want to go. And you need someone that you're gonna feel bad disappointing. That's just the truth of it. There's crap that I can put up with that I just can't put up with if I know that I'm forced to tell my wife about it. Like, I just won't do it, because it just feels humiliating, to share it with someone whose opinion I trust that much. Same thing with my kids. Like, I might not negotiate strongly if I'm just negotiating out of what I perceive to be self-interest. Like, I want this for myself, or I want the bragging rights. But if I've actually tied it into the fact, like, I'm doing this so my kids can have a life that is more free than mine was and has more options than I was, I'm never stopping, ever, ever, ever. So that's what I mean by an accountability partner. And you need this. The biggest mistake you can make when you're pursuing a big career dream is keeping it to yourself. I realize that in some ways you're controlling the risk, because the less people that know about it, the less people that are going to be disappointed. But you need people who are going to be disappointed. Like, I hate to break that to you, but you do. Whether that's a coach like me, whether that is someone whose opinion you trust and love, you need to have someone who's going to be disappointed in you for giving up. Otherwise, you're never going to do it, because you're going to have difficult moments. The bigger your dream, the more turbulence you're going to reach, because the world is not going to give you anything, especially when you want something that is up there with what your talents deserve. So have that accountability partner. Loop that person in to what you're doing. Check in, ideally on a daily basis, if not that, a weekly basis. But do what you got to do to hold yourself accountable. And that means going outside of your bubble. So again, really quickly, the 3 tips here. Now is the time to hash out a concrete promotion plan at your current employer. Schedule that serious talk with your boss and prepare for it, as I've described. Number 2, skip business cards in lieu of LinkedIn. The 2 bonuses there is you're going to get a hit of social proof when they connect with you that way. And number 2, it's going to put some pressure on you to follow up with them. And that's what networking is all about. Don't waste time unless you're willing to do that. And number 3, have an accountability partner. Someone who you're going to feel like crap disappointing. Because just to not disappoint them, it's going to push you through a lot of barriers where you otherwise would have given up on. Thank you guys so much. Have an epic 2018. Let's make this the greatest year of your professional life. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.